Gajendra Singh committed suicide, a political circus which has come to be of a suicide that has taken place less than 2 kilometers away from the parliament at the rally called by the AAP party. The man on your television screen, Gajendra Singh, was rushed to the Ram Manohar Lohia hospital. He was in serious condition. The doctor said he was spot dead. After that, what has ensued has been nothing short of a political circus where all parties jumping in, trying to draw political mileage. Well, that is the latest that we are getting in right now is the Aam Aadmi Party. You just heard the press conference at that point of time where the leaders from the Aam Aadmi Party, you heard Kumar Vishwas, Sanjay Singh, Ashutosh, all coming out in their defense on how they were helpless. They could do absolutely nothing while this man perched up on a tree. Eyewitness accounts suggest was threatening that he was going to commit suicide. They've blamed the police, the Aam Aadmi Party on their part and said that the police did not do their job. But clearly what has ensued ever since is a massive political circus which was started with the BJP, the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party jumping in to draw political mileage. I'd like to take you directly to the RML hospital where the body of this farmer was rushed and the doctors say he was spot dead. And ever since there's been a slew of politicians who have decided to come in and pay a visit to this farmer who was taken in there. I want to cut across to Atir Khan. Atir, can you get us the very latest on what are the scenes outside the RML hospital? One politician after the other. They haven't gone to their own constituencies. They haven't taken into account the many farmers who have committed suicide in their own constituencies. But what we can see is a sea of red beacons and a sea of politicians at the RML hospital trying to take stock of an already dead man.
Well, that's right. You see, yet another shocking incident which has led to the tragedy given the statistics we have of the farmer suicide throughout the country and the state of affairs.
And if there is anything to be done, I will take the necessary steps, including adequate compensation, if that has to be paid.
Ma'am, what was the meeting all about? You had?
This is about Resurgent Rajasthan. As you know, at the end of the year, we are going to be having the big show.
The Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje Scindia, coming out with her defense on how she, a part of the many chief ministers who have failed their state, failed their farmers there, she said adequate compensation will be paid to Gajendra Singh's family. Gajendra Singh hails from Dausa district in Rajasthan, where over 80%, that area particularly has seen 80% of crop failure. Rajasthan in particular has seen unprecedented crop failure this particular year. Over 80% was the last count. Once again, I'd like to cut across to the reaction of the Chief Minister of Rajasthan coming out of a meeting.
Well, the issue is that I have actually not really got to know very much about this because we've just finished our meetings and I have come straight to the temple. But I will find out more about it. And if this is true, as you say, we will take all the necessary precautions that need to be taken. हमारे मंत्री भी वहीं हैं, उनको भी कह देंगे, वो भी जाके देखें. And if there is anything to be done, I will take the necessary steps, including adequate compensation, if that has to be paid.
Ma'am, what was the meeting all about? You had?
All right, a classic political response to that. The Chief Minister of Rajasthan says that she has not too many details on the suicide of Gajendra Singh, but she will ask her ministers who are right now in Delhi. Vasundhara Raje Scindia is not in Delhi. She's in Jaipur. She was addressing a meeting there. She has come out. She's made a statement saying she doesn't know quite enough, all the details coming in on this suicide, but she has asked her ministers to find out. And as per policy, compensation will be paid. Will be made. Compensation on the death of a suicide. We would like to remind our viewers at this point of time that officially, not a single suicide of a farmer is officially noted as suicide. All right. Once again, would want to go across to RML Hospital where my colleague Atir Khan is standing by. He's witnessing a slew of politicians coming in one by one to the RML Hospital. We also have Sanket Upadhyay, Jantar Mantar. Let's remind our viewers, 2 p.m. is when this farmer on your television.
इससे ये अनुरोध करूंगा कि इस समय इस विषयों का राजनीतिकरण करने के बजाय हम सब लोग मिलकर किसानों को इस स्थिति से कैसे बाहर निकाले, इसके लिए प्रयास करने चाहिए। और इसलिए लैंड एक्विजिशन हो, किसान के सवाल हो, इसको पॉलिटिकलाइज करने के बजाय इसके साथ हम समाधान ढूंढने की कोशिश करें।
सीएम खुद वहां पर मौजूद थे, अरविंद केजरीवाल अगर
सीएम चाहते और अपना भाषण रोककर अगर कोशिश करते तो शायद उसकी जान बच सकती थी।
आपको लगता है उन्होंने भी इग्नोर किया, उन्होंने संज्ञान नहीं लिया?
वो कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे रैली उन्होंने भाषणबाजी बंद कर दी थी, जबकि साफ दिख रहा है कि भाषण उस वक्त चल रहा था।
A political circus, a political blame game erupting on the suicide of this very farmer. And all of this erupting at a time when, of course, there have been thousands of farmer suicides and the count only rising. This particular one awakening our politicians as it took place just 2 kilometers short of the parliament at a rally organized by the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to go to Sanket Upadhyay, who's right now reporting from Jantar Mantar. We'd also cut across to Atir Khan, who's stationed at the RML hospital. And interestingly, ever since the body of Gajendra Singh was taken after his suicide, there's been a slew of politicians and red beacon cars who are coming in to take stock, allegedly, of the situation. Sanket, I want to come to you directly. We just heard that press conference of the Aam Aadmi Party. There are many questions that have been put to the fore, questions that need to be answered by the Aam Aadmi Party, especially the Chief Minister of Delhi. The responsibility surely doesn't just lie with the Delhi police on what happened today.
Well, you know, when you speak to people here, of course, some of them are Aam Aadmi Party supporters, but there are others who were, bystanders. There are some who have just walked in. Of course, this is a place where a number of protests take place at any given point. I mean, you are aware, this is Jantar Mantar, the one place where there is a congregation of all those people who want to voice any form of concern. The one view that we actually got was, what really was on Arvind Kejriwal's mind.
Right.
Could he not have postponed his rally or his speech by first actually visiting this man over there at the RML hospital? Because if the rally is all about farmers, then, this is so ironical that in your very own rally, where you are expressing this feeling of sympathy towards the farmer, you want to empathize towards the farmer, for perception's sake, because politics is all about perception. For perception's sake,
okay,
the Aam Aadmi Party appears to be slightly insensitive, because here is a man who hung himself from a tree, a farmer, was rushed to the RML hospital, and a rally continued.
You're bang on. And where is Arvind Kejriwal? Once again, you see many from his political outfit coming out. Why isn't he speaking in the capacity of the Delhi Chief Minister? Because that is in the capacity he spoke today as well. I want to cut across to Brijesh Pandey. He spoke to MOS Agriculture. Let's listen in on that. And we're right back with our reporters.
We have संजीव बालियान, MOS एग्रीकल्चर। सर, आज एक किसान की आम आदमी पार्टी की रैली में मौत हो गई। उन्होंने इसके लिए दिल्ली पुलिस और नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार की किसान नीतियों को जिम्मेदार ठहराया। उसके बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
दिल्ली में तो शायद उन्हीं की सरकार है, जहाँ तक मुझे पता है। और खेती एक प्रदेश का विषय है। कम से कम उन्हें अपने जो दिल्ली प्रदेश के किसान हैं उनकी चिंता करनी चाहिए, बजाय जंतर मंतर पर उनके बीच गाँव में होना चाहिए था। उनकी रैली में ऐसा हुआ है, तो इंक्वायरी हो रही है, किसने उसे बचाने की कोशिश नहीं की, तो ये भविष्य की बात है। उन्हें कम से कम अपने किसानों की चिंता करनी चाहिए केजरीवाल जी को।
सर, लेकिन जिस तरह से वो कह रहे हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार की आर्थिक ये किसान की नीतियों को लेकर, एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी को लेकर ये सारा हो रहा है, तो आप इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे?
मुझे लगता है कि 1 साल के अंदर ही 1.5 गुना मुआवजा किया गया, फसल का नुकसान कम किया है, तो ये किसान को मदद देने के लिए किया है प्रदेश सरकार, केंद्र सरकार ने। हाँ, प्रदेश सरकारों को और ज्यादा सेंसिटिव होना चाहिए।
सर, राहुल गांधी ने क्या कहना है कि ये मोदी सरकार की लैंड ऑर्डिनेंस की वजह से ये हो रहा है, किसान आत्महत्या कर रहे हैं और इसके लिए नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार जिम्मेदार है।
शायद हो सकता है, और आज राहुल गांधी जी को उन्होंने बताया हुआ बात, ये अपनी तरफ से कह रहे हैं। आपको उनसे पूछना चाहिए किसने उन्हें बात बताई, राहुल गांधी जी।
दिस वाज संजीव बालियान विद कैमरा पर्सन संजीव, ब्रिजेश पांडे फॉर हेडलाइंस टुडे।